All right, today on the Tom Kelly Show, we are going to talk about a couple of topical topics and then show some stand-up video clips. What are the topical topics? A quick touch on Jordon Hudson, Bill Belichick's crazy cheerleader, aspirationally failed beauty contestant girlfriend. We're going to talk about saving Stephen Colbert, PBS, and Howard Stern. And yeah, that's about it. What do you say, folks? Let's start the show.
The Tom Kelly Show. Everybody, I want you to go to the Tom Kelly Show. I want you all to know.
And here we go. Content warning. Spoiler alert. Who wants the podcast today? You are experiencing the Tom Kelly Show. This is the third attempt. And a quick shout out to Daniela Anastasio, who loves the shows that I do. And actually, my friend Mark Epstein also has said he loves it. They love the shows that I do when I don't feel like doing it. And that's sort of the mood I'm in now. It's not that I don't feel like doing the show. It's just that I have a lot going on. And our friend Steve Berger points out that the video podcast has the fewest amount of numbers for viewers and listeners and the most amount of work. But for me, it is the most fun and the most deeply personal. I enjoy the relationship I develop with my listeners and consumers. And this is the podcast where me, Tom Kelly, one stand-up comedian who used to work at a bunch of big TV shows, has kind of found his way over the last 6 years. And clips from the podcast, especially the ones of me talking about Long Island, have kind of done well. So today, let's do just a hodgepodge of topics. I'll give you one real story first, and then we'll get into more topical things. Is that fair, America? Probably bad for the algorithm, but great for me. First one that sort of threw off my weekend is about Amazon. First, even before that, prequel. Thursday night, I went to the Z100 Summer Bash featuring Lewis Capaldi, hosted by the crew from Elvis Duran and The Morning Show. And, you know what, man? I had a great time. I haven't had too many experiences lately where I could just go out, meet new people, and get my drink on. And it was just a great time. And not just get my drink on, but get my drink on with like-minded people. And a shout out to my friend Scary Jones, who got me into the VIP area. And it sounds stupid. Are you VIP? Well, VIP really was just NIP, nice and important people. Whom I met over the years. Elvis was there, but I don't even think I said hi to him. I saw Danielle Monero at the end. I saw Gandhi for a minute. Saw my friend Scotty B for a minute with his new girlfriend. He's in love, yay. And I met some nice people. And I drank. It was at Hudson Yards at, I think it's called the Sailors Knot. The Sailors, the word sailors in the name of the place. And I got my drink on. There was this watermelon vodka drink that was refreshing. And I had a lot of those and enjoyed the Lewis Capaldi concert. I actually learned a lot about Lewis Capaldi. Lewis Capaldi apparently is big right now because he's a great singer who kind of had a Tourette's syndrome meltdown a few years ago, and he's on his comeback. He's making his comeback. And man, the show was good. The performance was good. And it was a great comeback. Now, I go to bed. It was actually an early night, midnight, but I have a few drinks in me where I'm just ready to go to bed. Actually, no, it was probably one or two. But whatever it is, let's make it late enough. Literally 5:01 in the morning, right behind me, there's a buzz on the building doorbell, which is, it's a doorbell. Like if for those of you who don't know New York City, I live in a walk-up brownstone with no doorman. And outside of all these buildings, there's a little doorbell, and old-fashioned copper-wired. It's not a Ring doorbell by any means. You can press a button, and the button buzzes, and it buzzes like the specific apartment. You can't see, there's no video, you can't see who's ringing the doorbell, but there is an intercom button where you hold down talk, you can talk, and then you have to hold down the button listen to listen. It's almost like an old-fashioned walkie-talkie or CB radio. Now, 5 in the morning. I am in bed. All right, it has to be a homeless guy or someone else trying to get into the building. I am not answering the door. All right, maybe it's a neighbor who's locked out, or I think even sometimes where I start to get nervous and now the adrenaline's starting to go, is it a homeless man or woman, a vagrant? And actually never in this apartment building, but in my old building up on 101st Street with my buddy Charlie. You know, Charlie once left to go to work at 5 a.m. and found a man passed out in the elevator. You know, so I have a little bit of institutional trauma. Now I get up, I start walking through the living room to get to this table. The buzzer is right behind me for those of you watching on YouTube. Then suddenly my phone, which is in the other room, starts ringing. And that's where my heart goes into my mouth. Oh my God, somebody in the family is dead. There's some sort of an emergency. The last time I got a phone call at 5 a.m, my car had been broken into and the police had called my parents and then called me. So now then I also have a fear, but now with my glasses off and, you know, my eyes have not had the proper amount of eye drops yet at this point. There's a haze and I'm like, oh my God, is there a fire? And is there smoke coming into the apartment? So I run to get the phone. Unknown number. Moment of fear. Who is it? Amazon delivering at 5:13 in the morning. And I had this moment of crap the night before. I had dyed my hair with my Just for Men touch of gray, light brown. And yeah, it's a hard color to get. I have Amazon Prime. I use it for the things that I'm just too lazy to pick up or I keep forgetting to pick up and I try to order ahead. And let me just tell you, that cost me an entire day of energy because I was just so filled with the adrenaline of, oh my God, my loved ones are dead. And Amazon, for all the data they have on us, they have to know that there's nobody to answer the door on this block at 5 a.m. You're telling me Amazon knows that, every type of thing I should purchase, what type of Apple computer I may want next, this, that, and the other thing, what type of Brita filters I'm using. It has listening devices in my apartment. You can't figure out that I'm effing sleeping at 5 a.m. Maybe Amazon, I don't know why I just said it like I'm an old man with maybe Amazon, I'm doing a lot of that today. But anyway, maybe Amazon doesn't have the AI, big data, big brother future that we all thought, because I'll tell you, I'm a little more hesitant to buy from Amazon yet again. So, all right, next one on the podcast. I'm going to, just jam in a few topics because I haven't done this in a bit. Next topic, fun topic on the top of my head. What are the requirements of a wingman? Okay, now, wingman is, when guys or girls go to the bar and they help you get the job done. It's a military term. It's a Navy term. It's a Navy combat term, Air Force term, like Goose. I don't know if Goose was Maverick's wingman, but you get what I'm saying. It's the plane flying alongside of you that helps get the target. That's the wingman. My friend Maney in North Carolina met a woman whom I've had a crush on. They're both in the media business in North Carolina, and I told Maney to be my wingman, and and what would being my wingman be in this situation? Wow, Tom Kelly too. He's also very funny. He is smart. He writes things for my show. Whenever I need a hand, he is there. Tom is a great guy. Be my wingman. Say nice things about me, make me look like a stud. I tell him to be my wingman, and 2 hours later, he just replies, "She's too tall for you, Tom." Dude, I didn't ask for your opinion on the target. Your job was to help deliver the target, and if you can't, die trying. That's the American way. You don't see two F-14s flying, attacking a MiG jet, a bogey, if you will. And then and the guy who's flying point says, "All right, go get my wingman, Goose." And then Goose says, "I don't know, Tom, the target's too fast for us, so let's go home." No, you didn't understand the assignment. Shame on you, Maney. Shame on you. I have stronger opinions, but I don't want to give away real names. But the nice thing about having a podcast that only a few hundred people listen to is I can make strong opinions about people and not give away the names because nobody's listening to do the research. Don't do the research. Now, what else is on my topic list? Oh, Jordon Hudson. two funny ones. Jordon Hudson has called into a podcast that shows her nothing but hate. And I guess Jordon Hudson, I like to call her Jordon Hudson because it's spelled Jordon. Jordon Hudson, I want to say that you and Bill Belichick have my dream relationship. I know I'm going to sound creepy, but let's just own this for a second here. If you can't be with your high school sweetheart for whatever reason, if you can't be with your college sweetheart for whatever reason, and for me, the reason was the women I liked in high school and college and in my 20s and 30s and 40s did not love me back. If you can't be with the person who loved you and helped you build yourself up, God damn it, you deserve a trophy husband or a trophy wife or a trophy person. And if you are young and hot and you're willing to put up with the antics of an elderly man or woman, you deserve their money. My dream in life was to be as rich as Bill Belichick and to have a crazy trophy person who makes me feel young like Jordon Hudson. Now, Jordon Hudson, I don't make fun of you on my podcast. Why don't you call me and be on my show? I won't do the creepy question. And Jordon Hudson Bill Belichick was the former coach of the Patriots, and Jordon Hudson was a cheerleader. She aspired to be Miss Maine and came in second place, and now she's going after the woman who's in first place for Miss Maine. I guess we would now call her Miss Maine, and saying, well, she's not really from Maine. Here's the problem, and I agree with you, Jordon Hudson. There's a lot of what we call carpetbagging in the beauty contest industry, or in the pageant industry. That's the better way to put it. Yeah, let me do this as a clippable clip. Hey, Jordon Hudson, I agree with you. There is a lot of carpetbagging in the pageant industry and scene. I knew a Miss New York who was really from New Jersey. How dirty is that? Now, she did whatever she had to do. She pretended to live in New York, and frankly, she was probably hotter than everybody else from New York that year. But I think there should be no carpetbagging in the, by the way, there should be no carpetbagging in the beauty industry. Why? Because I think we should know where the hottest people in the country are from. Like I knew a Miss Minnesota who was my type, but I don't know if she was like nationally hot. I knew a Miss Minnesota who was, tall and sturdy, and she grew up to become a plus-size model. And I found that very attractive. Now, is that, is she meant to be the next, should Miss America be the next cover of Maxim? I don't know. I think when you start allowing carpetbagging in the beauty industry, in the pageant industry, let's do that sentence again. When you start allowing carpetbagging in the pageant industry, you stop seeing what each area is known for in their genetic pool. This sounds weird, but New York, we have people of every culture and creed and faith, varying heights, ethnicities, skin colors, religions, blah, blah, blah. And that mixes into one type of person. You pick your white state. Let's go Nebraska, and I'm making up states. I'm probably going to be wrong about the socioeconomic picks here, but let's make it Minnesota. It's going to be a lot of tall people who might have been farmers, or their grandparents might have been farmers over the last couple of years. I think I know a Miss Minnesota who is 6'8", 6'6", Erin Lalonde, beautiful woman. But you know what? I think her parents were, giants. Let's call them giants. I knew another one who I met in person who was like 5'11" or so. You know what? They're sturdy people, and that's what Minnesota is known for. If you take a Miss New York, you put her in Minnesota, is that really Miss Minnesota? What are the rules? Should you be born there? Should you be raised there? But then you get into, for me, I'm a Long Island comedian, but I didn't get there till I was 9. At what point do you have your birthright to claim Miss Minnesota? So what I think is funny is Jordon Hudson is anti-interstate immigration in the pageant industry. Wow, very controversial, Jordon Hudson. Very edgy. Did I just offend you? Why don't you call me? You could just add me on Instagram and hit the phone call button. I'm already following you. That was weird, but I'll take it. Where are we at on time? 16 minutes. Last one. I'm going to make this one easy. I have not talked about in publicly the Colbert cancellation and the defunding of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which I don't quite understand. I don't know if that means NPR is going away right away, but I think it is going to be a huge hit for NPR, PBS, and a lot of those local stations that depend on the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which is funded by your tax dollars. I don't know what the impact is. I know the Corporation for Public Broadcasting is essentially closing in September and then closing forever January 1, 2026. And also add to the legacy media disappearing things, Howard Stern may be ending his contract. And here's my thing for as much as I don't want to get political, I don't. But if we all watched Stephen Colbert every night live on TV with our eyeballs, and all the Nielsen families checked the box saying we watch Colbert every night, CBS would have no choice but to keep him. PBS is a little different. PBS, there's a chance for us to donate to individual PBS and NPR stations and to keep those shows and channels going, but we don't want to donate. And then we complain when the programming's gone. And then why don't we do? And then we'll say, I don't have to donate. I shouldn't have to donate. Well, guess what? You donate when you have a cable box. You're donating to ABC $1 a month. I think it might even be $1.50 now. You're donating to Disney Channel for blank dollars per month. I think you're donating to ESPN, whether you want it or not. You're giving Disney like $4 or $5 a month for ESPN. And I could go down the list, blah, 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 per channel. But if you care about something, you have to support it with your dollars. You have to support it with your eyeballs. I mean, listen, a lot of podcasters are making their money on Patreon. Joe Rogan, up until the Spotify deal, people were paying for an extra episode of Joe Rogan. I know a lot of guys and girls are paying extra money to listen to Tim Dillon on their podcast app. Me, I do it for free because I'm hoping something bigger will come out of having a wider fan base and giving more people access to it. And honestly, it would feel really bad to charge Marianne, Stell Magic, Judy from Reno, Ann Mary in Minnesota, and Jacob Downey Jr. in Iowa $5 a month a piece, because really, one, it's money out of their pocket, and two, what is that, $25? Yay. At what point should I be paying them? That's the question. So anyway, if you care about it, support it. Like the Howard Stern one is interesting because I think Howard Stern made his money by people paying extra on Sirius XM radio. And Stern made money for the extra money he was getting per month for the Howard Stern subscription. And then he was getting extra money, which was a percentage of people we thought were him who came for him, who were also subscribing to Sirius. And Stern, I think, Stern, first of all, Stern's gotten bored with the job. Stern's working like 9 months a year. He takes the entire summer off. It's all repeats. Do I really need him? And I think I'm paying, $5 to $10 a month for him. Anyway, that's my feeling on all of that is if you care about it, support it. Listen, if we want to save PBS, we need to get Big Bird and Elmo and OnlyFans page. That's right. I need Big Bird doing sexy things and Elmo, hey, who wants to see me naked? Hi, who wants to see me naked? Who wants to see Elmo naked? Elmo's carpet matches the drapes. Really bad, but you get what I'm saying. And I think that's a show. I've done some topical things. I didn't do anything Long Island-y today. I apologize for that. But you know what, man? I also need to I'll give you one Long Island topic. And that means then I'm going to have to edit this show. Quick thing. There is on Long Island memes. I'm not going to name the guy who did the other account with who did the stitch or partnership, the sequence with him. There is a reel on Long Island memes where there is a African-American man wearing a do-rag, and the caption is, I'm going to wear my do-rag on the train to Montauk, implying that no one will sit next to him because he's wearing a do-rag and he's on a train full of white people going all the way out to a rich white neighborhood. I have a problem with this video because he's implying people are racist when, in fact, he's just taking the aisle seat. Now, could these people be racist too? Maybe, that they're not asking him to move over. They're not asking him to take the seat. But you can't go out and imply people are racist. He didn't call them racist. He implied it for not liking your do-rag and take the aisle seat. That's just a douche move, okay? I'm sure these people might be racist, but if you're going to show their faces and say they might be racist, you got to be on the window and give them a chance to sit next to you. Otherwise, you're just being a little bit of a douche and playing the race card a little too hard. There you go. Controversial clip from your pal, Tom Kelly. I think that's a show, people. I may or may not right now. You know what? I think I'm going to throw it in. No, I'm not. Not going to throw it in. I'm not going to throw in the fanny pack thing. I'm going to make that its own episode and just get some evergreens ahead of time. And you know what, people? I hope you enjoyed this. And, if Karen, Ruiz, and Tony are still listening, I was going to ask to record the show at your house and with you guys in it, but I didn't think you would like it. So that's why I'm late for dinner tonight. And until next time, people, if you're new on YouTube, hit subscribe now. Leave a comment. Show love where love can be shown, not just in my comment section, but in life in general. And until next time, good night, Jordon Hudson. That came out weird.